So after 2 days gap, we are taking this video. Sorry for inconvenience because of second PU classes adjustment. So we didn't do 2 days video. So our next topic. So we talked up to changing energy, loss of kinetic energy during one-dimensional inelastic collision. Why? Because in elastic collision, both momentum and energy is conserved. In inelastic collision, only momentum conserved but not kinetic energy. So kinetic energy is not conserved, therefore we got loss of kinetic energy. Next, last topic according to PU within this chapter, two-dimensional collision. So two-dimensional elastic collision. Now, after collision, both the objects will move in 2D. Up to now, before collision, after collision, objects move in one particular direction. Now, after collision, objects will move in two directions. Means two-dimensional in plane. Take two objects of mass m1, m2. So m1 is moving with velocity u1. M2 is moving with velocity. If second object is at rest, what will happen? We will see as a case. After collision. So after collision, first object is moving in this direction with velocity v1 by making some angle θ1. So second object m2 is moving with velocity v2 by making some angle θ2. So both are making some angles. After collision, so both are moving like this. This is called, we are assuming two-dimensional collision. So why it is two-dimensional? It is going in plane, not in straight line. So this is x-axis, this one is y-axis. Now this is going in a plane, not along one direction. So therefore, this collision two-dimensional collision. So elastic collision. In elastic collision, what will be conserved? Both momentum and kinetic energy. So we will see according to only formulas important how to apply that sum. According to no derivation will be there. According to law of conservation of momentum. So according to law of conservation of momentum, before collision total momentum, after collision total momentum will be same. So but this is going in two-dimensional. So we will resolve this one along x-axis and y-axis. If you are going to resolve this v1, this one is going to become v1 cos θ1. If you remember resolution of a vector into two components, this one will become v1 sin θ1. We resolve v1. Just to remember, I will projectile motion will be there. This one we wrote u cos θ. This one we wrote u sin θ. Did you remember? Same like that we resolve two components. Now v2 we will resolve. v2 means v2 cos θ2, v2 sin θ2. So because this is moving in two-dimensional motion, two-dimensional collision, so we have to take this one along x-axis and y-axis. In projectile motion, we have taken along x-axis of the distance, along y-axis of the distance. Same like that. So first we are taking according to law of conservation of momentum along which axis? X-axis we have taken. Along x-axis means m1 and m2 are moving along x-axis. So v1 and v2 along x-axis v1 cos θ1. Along x-axis v2 cos θ. Therefore, so before collision, what you will be getting? m1 u1 plus m2 u2 is equal to m1. What is the velocity of this one along x-axis? v1 cos θ1 plus m2 v2 cos θ. So m1 v1 plus m2 v2 is equal to m1 v1 cos θ1 plus m2 v2 cos θ. This is along x-axis. Now along y-axis. No derivation will be there. Just formulas how to write will be there. Along y-axis means here. Before collision, these two are moving along x-axis. These two are not moving along y-axis. Along y-axis, velocities will be 0 before collision. I am saying. So therefore, 0 m1 0 plus m2 0, because along x-axis only these objects are moving. Along y-axis, these two objects are not moving. Is equal to, here you can see, along y-axis v1 sin theta. Along negative y-axis v2 sin theta. Therefore, m1 v1 sin theta 1 plus m2 v2 sin theta. So this minus y means this is in opposite direction. Therefore, 0 is equal to m1 v1 sin theta 1 plus minus m2 v2 sin theta 2. This is according to law of conservation of momentum in terms of movement during two-dimensional elastic collision. Now, according to what law? According to law of conservation of energy, kinetic energy. So again, this one also we can write in two ways, along x-axis and along y-axis. If you have taken along x-axis, this time writing finally how it will be communicated see. So along x-axis of m1 u1 square plus of m2 u2 square along x-axis is equal to of m1 v1 square cos square theta 1 plus of m2 v2 square cos square theta. Is it cos square theta 1 cos square theta? Next, along y-axis. Along y-axis velocities are 0. Therefore, 0 is equal to of m1 v1 square sin square theta 1 plus of m2 v2 square sin square theta. In this plus one we will be getting. Why? Because velocity square we are writing. Minus v2 sin theta 2 whole square means minus v2 square is going to become plus 1. So in this no square, therefore you got minus. Okay. So if you add these two, LHS and RHS, what you will be getting? Just check. Up to here it is over. So y I am giving means directly also we can write. How we will write? We will see. Add these two. This plus 0 of m1 u1 square plus of m2 u2 square is equal to RHS of m1 v1 square cos square theta 1 plus of m2 v2 square cos square theta 2 plus of m1 v1 square sin square theta 1 of m2 v2 square sin square theta 2. So LHS of m1 u1 square plus of m2 u2 square is equal to, you can take common of m1 v1 square. Here what is the cos square theta 1? Here sin square theta 1 plus of these two you can m2 v2 square sin square theta 2 plus cos square theta. Sin square theta plus cos square theta value 1. Therefore, how will we write directly of m1 u1 square plus of m2 u2 square is equal to of m1 v1 square plus of m2 v2 square. Like this also we can write. So for you only this one only will be there for you. Only two-dimensional collision. So this is equation, this equation, and this equation directly they will write like this. Like this also we can write, or directly like this also we can write. So that is our wish. So this is the end of work energy power lesson. Now we will do competitive problems. So before going to start that one, see the problems, one's textbook problems. So always I will say, whenever you are able to solve all competitive problems, automatically you can solve PU textbook problems. Therefore now we are solving competitive. All of you open your competitive books that is first PU volume 1, the last lesson, work, energy and power, page number 105 or 106. 106 is there means 105, fifth chapter, work, energy and power. In the first thing they gave work. Work whenever object is displaced in the direction of force. Object is displaced like this, force also in the same direction. At the time, work done is equal to product of force and displacement. If both force and displacements are in the same direction, then we can say simply product of force and displacement is called work done. That one only they get. Isn't it? Next one, another one. If force is not there, like this they applied force. So this is the object. They applied force like this by making some angle theta. Then in the direction of displacement only you should take always force. In the direction of displacement you should take force. Otherwise in the direction of force you should take displacement. So F cos theta we are going to take. F cos theta is in the direction of force. According to our definition, product of force in the direction of displacement and displacement. Already in PU also we get this one. When it is positive, when it is negative also we discussed. If theta is in between 0 to 90, work done will be positive. 90 to 180, work done will be negative. At 90 degrees, work done will be 0. You can get negative work done, positive work done, and 0 work done. And next is see they gave work done by several forces. Work done by several forces means on any object, let us assume, on any object more than two forces are acting, then we will get resultant force you should take. Let us assume this one only. I am applying F1 force in this direction, F2 force in this direction. So let us assume object is moving in this direction. Then what is the net force? Net force is F1 minus F2. If object is moving like this, then net force is F2 minus F1. Resultant force. Already in last motion we discussed this one. So more minus less. So if it is going in the F1 direction means F1 is more dominating. So F1 is more means F1 minus F1. If it is moving in this direction, the resultant force is F2 minus F1. So like that, we should take work done by several forces. At that time, you will be getting work done equation like this: F net force into displacement. So only one force means like this we will write. So more than two, like that. More than two means 3, 4, 5. There means we have to take always net force. I gave you an example for 2. Like that 3 if you have taken. This is an object F1, F2, F2. Then how we will take? How we will take means first we will take. So here F1 or F2, some force will be more. Which is more? Let us say F1 is more. That resultant will be fine. F1 minus F2. Then F1 minus F2, F3. How these two are acting? This is F1 minus F2. This is F3. So resultant will be coming like this. Resultant formula you have to know root p square plus q square plus 2pq cos 9. That formula we are going to apply. But two or more forces are acting means you have to take a resultant force. That is the next point there. And some note they gave: work depends on the frame of reference. Suppose a box is displaced in the bus, work done in the frame of reference of bus will be F bar or D bar, and with respect to ground it will be D plus D naught. What does it mean? Frame of reference. In first lesson we discussed. First lesson means motion in a straight line. So this is a bus letter division. In this, an object is displacing from here to here. Displacement is D. At the time, this is with respect to the person who is watching within the bus. With respect to him, what done is force into displacement. The person who is observing from the ground. So reference frame is going to be changed. I told you what is reference frame. In first motion is straight line with the same shot first class, isn't it? So force into displacement. With respect to him, this ground distance we should take, and how much distance this object is moving. Therefore, FD plus D naught, isn't it? So that is you have to take care about reference frame also with respect to whom they ask. Next, we will take example 1. A force F bar is equal to 10 I cap plus 2j cap plus 3k cap newtons displaces a particle from R1 2i cap plus j cap plus k cap to R2 4i cap plus 2j cap plus 3 cap 3k cap. Find the work done by the force. First I am writing given example 1. F bar is equal to how much they gave? 10 I cap plus 2j cap plus 3k cap. R1 bar is equal to 2i cap plus j cap plus k cap. R2 bar is equal to 4i cap plus 2j cap plus 3k cap. Then find the work done there. Work done means force into displacement. Displacement means from R1 to R2 it went. R1 to R2 means, so final position minus initial position. Work done is F bar dot R bar. Here R bar is R2 bar minus R1 bar. So F bar value how much? 10i cap plus 2j cap plus 3k cap. R2 bar minus R1 bar. Directly I am writing 4 minus 2. 2i cap 2 minus 1. J cap plus 3 minus 1 2k cap. Now see here 10 into 2 20 plus 2 into 1 2 j cap and j cap value 1 3 into 2 6. So 28. What is the work done units? Joules. 28 joules. Same you got 28 joules. Next example 2 they give. See the example 2. They gave 10 newtons. 2 kg object is displaced from one place to another place. Example 2. 10 newtons force. Mass is 2 kg. 10 newtons. Displacement how much? 5 meters. For the surface mu is equal to 0.4. Find the work done by the applied force, frictional force and net force. Isn't it? You have to find 3 work done here. One is by applied force, another one is by frictional force, another one is by net force. First we will find applied force. Work done by applied force. Very simple, directly you can only solve. Applied force into displacement. Applied force 10 newtons. It is in the direction of displacement. Therefore, 10 into displacement value 5. 50 joules. That is very simple. Next, work done by frictional force. If object is moving like this, frictional force will be backwards. Therefore, work done by frictional force is equal to Fd cos 180, because force and displacements are in opposite direction. Here both are in same direction, therefore directly we wrote. Same direction means actually we have to write here Fd cos 0. That one we don't need to write because both are in same direction. Minus frictional force will denote with small f into d, because cos 180 is minus 1. What is frictional force equation? F is equal to mu n. So mu into mg. Mu value how much they gave? 0.4. M value 2 kg. So we can take g value then in our class calculation. So 10 into 0.4. 4 into 2, 8. So now frictional force how much? 8. Therefore, what time is equal to minus 8 into 5 are 5 meters. 5 8s are minus 40 joules. That minus is indicating, so work done is against to the direction of the frictional force. Next, another one they ask resultant force. Resultant force means, so on this object, free body diagram, free body diagram, this is 2 kg, 10 newtons, backwards, frictional force how much? 8 newtons. 10 newtons like this, 8 newtons like this. How the object is moving? I said towards right. If object is moving towards right, see it. Towards right means F1 minus F. F1 minus F. Towards left means F2 minus F. Therefore, more minuses. Resultant force. Net force is 10 minus 8. Therefore, work done by net force. Work done by applied force we did. Work done by frictional force we did. Work done by net force. Net force into displacement. Net force in the direction of displacement. Therefore, 2 into 5. 10 joules. Just the logic you have to apply while doing for all problem. Equation will be same. Work done equation will be same. In the next concept they gave, till now we have seen work done by constant force. Now we will see work done by variable force. Already this one we discussed in PU. Just I am going to give the equation for it. So work done by variable force. Whenever it is varying, displacement is going to vary from initial to final, or x1 to x2 f dx. This one we will write sometime dw equal to f dx. For small change in displacement, like let us say an object is moving from this end of the board to that end of the board. Then we want origin to this board length L we will take. This length of the board is, let us assume like this. This is length of the board. Origin to till the length of it. Once initial position is 0, final position is 0. Okay. Now, in this we will take small distance, that is dx. In this, to move this small distance, what is the work done means dw. Okay. Then, how much amount of work done? dw equal to f dx. That one if we will integrate. Once you integrate it, you will get this problem, this equation. X is varying from initial to final. Here the initial position is 0, final position is L. If you want to get work done to move the object from both this end to that end by variable force, then you will be getting work done is equal to 0 to L f dx. That one you have to solve. Okay, so that is about variable force. And graph also there will be. From graph also you can do area under force and displacement. This is with variable force. Constant force means like that it will be there. Okay. So force and displacement. So this area will give work done. Like that. Here it is varying from x1 to final position. x1 to x2, initial to final. This area of level will give work done. So then you will get work done by variable force. Now that is the equation you should remember. This equation you should remember. Next I give spring force. Spring force means already we discussed. Again I am not discussing this one here. In PU also we derived the equation. Work done equation how much? Of kx square. What is the spring force equation? Minus kx. This minus is going to represent in the direction of elongation, and this force always will be in opposite direction. If you are elongating, force will be towards. If you are compressing, force will be away. Already discussed. W is equal to half kx square. The energy stored, which is the energy stored within the spring, because of this restoring force or spring force is nothing but W is equal to half kx square. From one position to another position. This graph also we gave. Once you can check the PU notes we gave. So if it is changing its position, then they will write half k x1 square minus half k x2 square. Same like that, changing kinetic energy. What energy we got now? Same like that, x1 square, half k x1 square minus half k x2 square. Try to remember this formula. And the third point in this, generally they give. Generally means I get this equation. So according to this equation, dw is equal to f dx. How they wrote means f bar they gave 3-dimensional. So f bar they gave third point in that. So once you can see the book, you can understand fx I cap plus fy j cap plus fz k cap. Next, here dx we gave, that was only dr bar. dr bar is equal to dx I cap plus dy j cap plus dz k cap. So then work done. Work done is nothing but dW is equal to F bar dot dr. F bar value Fx I cap plus Fy j cap plus Fz k cap dot dr bar dx I cap plus dy j cap plus dz k cap. Fx into dx I cap bar. So Fx dx plus Fy dy plus Fz dz. So this is the small amount of work done. If you want to get full work done, from this, we have to integrate. Integration on both sides. So integral dw. I told you this integration mathematics people will teach in second period for you. And this formula is also again. Integral dx how much? Integral dx is x. So integral fx dx, integral fy dy, integral fz dz. Here x is varying from xi to xf, y is varying from yi to yf, z is varying from zi to zf, or x1 to x2, y1 to y2, z1 to z. Integral dw is nothing but w. W is equal to, again this formula you have to write. That is the work done for small displacement. On this they gave example 3. So we will see example 3 on this equation 1. This is concept. By applying this concept, you should be in a position to solve the problem. So F is equal to 2x plus 3x square newtons. So a force F is equal to 2x plus 3x square newtons acts on a particle in the x direction. Only along x direction it is acting. Find the work done by this force in displacement. X is equal to 1.0 to x is equal to 2.0. 1 meter to 2 meter. It is varying from 1 meter to 2 meter. So F there. Now what is the equation? This equation you should take. W is equal to, or this equation also you can take, that equation also you can take. W is equal to integral xi to xf f into dx. Okay. So f value how much here? This one. Initial value how much? 1. Final value 2. F value how much? 2x plus 3x square dx. Expand this one. Integral 1 to 2 2x dx 1 to 2 3x square dx. 2 is constant, right? It outside. 2 1 to 2 x dx 3 1 to 2 x square dx. Once our mathematics people started in second period, then you will do, after seeing this equation only, next equation you can write directly. But here you don't know this one now, therefore I am explaining these many steps. What is the formula? Integral x power n dx is equal to x power n plus 1 by n plus 1. So apply this formula. In place of n how much? 1. 2 into, so x power 1 plus 1 by 1 plus 1. Between the limits 1 to 2. So if it a to b is there, between the limits a to b, b power n plus 1 by n plus 1 minus a power n plus 1 by n plus 1. So first we have to substitute b, next we have to substitute a. That is equation. So this we are going to apply here. Plus 3 into x power 2 plus 1 by 2 plus 1. Between the limits 1 to 2. In place of x, how much we have to substitute? 2. So substitute there. 2 into 2 square. 2 square 1 plus 1 2 minus 1 square by 2. Here plus 3. 2 cube. In place of x 2 we have 2 cube by 3 minus 1 cube by 3. So this minus this. You can take 2 square by 4. 4 minus 1 by 2 plus 3 8 minus 1 by 3. This 2 cancel. 4 minus 1 3, 8 minus 1 7. That is number 10 joules. Just this is by variable force. Whenever they give like this, you should do like this. Okay. See the next example 4. The variation of force acting on a particle along the x-axis is shown in the diagram. Find the work done by the force between the displacement from x is equal to 0 to x is equal to 25 minutes. 0 to 25. 0 to 25 means here to final they asked. Here to final means simply this is force and displacement graph. Force and displacement graph means they are asking total work done. Total work done means area we should find. So area of fx graph is equal to work done. So first part in this total 4 areas are there. Area of first one, area of second one, area of third one, area of fourth one. So area A1, this is the shape, triangle shape. Triangle shape means what is the formula? Area of the triangle of base into height. Base means 0 to 5. Height means this one, 0 to 4. Plus, this is like rectangle, area of rectangle. Base length into breadth. Length means 5 to 10, length how much? 5. Length, breadth is 4. Next. Plus, this is its shape, third one. Third one is like trapezium. Trapezium means of A plus B. A plus B means 4 plus 10. 4 plus 10 and this height. Height over 15 minus 10. 5. Plus, again this is triangle of base. Base means 25 minus 15. How much? This base value 10. Height how much? 10. 5 into 2 10 plus 5 into 4 20 plus 4 plus 10 14. 14 by 2 7. 7 into 5 35 plus 5 50. So 20 plus 10 30. 30 plus 50. Isn't it? Or 30 plus 35. 65 plus 50. 5 115 joules. So 150 joules. See the example 5. Example 5. The work done in extending a spring by x0 is W0. Find the work done in further extension. In further extension x0. They are asked. So work done in extending a spring. Extending a spring means they are asking work done by applied force. Work done by spring force means negative you will get. Work done by applied force means positive you will get. That is the simple logic, right? Because if spring is like this, applied force will be like this, the extension will be like this. At the time, positive. Work done by spring force means opposite. At the time, negative. Therefore, Fs is equal to Kx. Negative you should not write, right? Because in the extension side, how much force we are applying means how much spring force is applying towards same amount of force we are applying in the direction of elongation. Understood? Fs is equal to Kx. Then how you will get W is equal to 0 to up to where you are extending x0 f dx. 0 to x0 kx dx. Then you will get k constant outside 0 to x0 x dx. So k x power 1 plus 1 by 1 plus 1 0 to x0. Because integral x power n dx is equal to x power n plus 1 by n plus. So k x0 square by 2 minus 0. Then half k x0 square. You don't need to take directly, also you can take half k x square equation, you can take half k x0 square. Now they are asking, this one they gave W0. W0 is equal to half k x0 square. To extend x0, work done is W0. Now to extend further x0 means total normal distance. x0 plus x0, 2x0. From 0 to 2x0 or x0 to 2x0. x0 to 2x naught. At that time, work done. X naught to 2x naught of k, sorry, f dx. X naught to 2x naught kx dx. Then what you get? K direct and right, x naught to 2x naught. K substitute 2x naught whole square. 4x naught square by 2 minus x naught square by 2. How much you get? K by 2, 3 x naught square. This is double. So in place of k x naught square, what we do? 3 I wrote outside. Half k x naught square means how much? W naught. So W is equal to 3 W naught. They ask W naught or W. W is equal to 3 times of W naught. So that is about example 5. Next see page number 107. They gave kinetic energy, isn't it? So kinetic energy equation is a scalar or vector. So already we discussed the work energy theorem also. This time writing kinetic energy equation. K is equal to half mv square. Kinetic energy and momentum relation E square by 2m. Already this one we gave relation between kinetic energy and momentum. This equation is also important for second period also. You should remember. And work energy theorem also you can know. According to work energy theorem, work done is equal to changing its kinetic energy of mv square minus half m u square. See the example 6. Example 6. A particle of mass m moves on a straight line with its velocity varying with the distance traveled. Find the total work done by all the forces during a displacement x is equal to 0 to x is equal to t. If the velocity is equal to lambda root x, v is equal to lambda x is constant. Velocity is, if velocity is equal to v is equal to lambda root x and v is equal to lambda x is constant. So they are asking what is the work done, isn't it? So by using work energy theorem we can do that one. Simply they gave velocities. According to work energy theorem, k2 minus k1 of mv square minus of mu square. See here, velocity they gave in first case lambda x. First case we are doing a. A means v is equal to lambda root x. At x is equal to 0. At x equal to 0, what is velocity? Lambda root x 0. That is nothing but initial velocity is 0. Next. At x is equal to t. At x equal to t, what is the velocity formula they give? According to what they give, that one we should follow. That velocity we are calling it as final velocity. At x equal to 0, this velocity initial. At x equal to t, because after reaching final position, this velocity will become final velocity. Lambda root x. In place of x, we have to write t. Substitute of m v square. V square means lambda square d. Direct line minus 0. Then that is the work done of m lambda square d. Just equation. This is A. Now we will see B. B. So B. At x equal to 0, initial velocity 0. At x equal to d, final velocity lambda. Again this formula you can substitute in this. This value is 0 of m square minus 0. Therefore, work done is equal to half m v square means lambda square d square. So they gave another method also. Compared to that method, this method only will be easy. If you want means we will do that one also. Here it is changing from initial position to final position. Then how we will do work done? Force into x2 minus final position minus initial. This gives the displacement. Force into displacement. So here we will get directly. So d x2 value is d, initial value is 0. F into d minus 0, fd. But we should calculate what is f. F equal to how much force? F equal to according to Newton's second law, ma. So we will write acceleration in terms of velocity. In first motion straight line lesson we came to know a is equal to v into dv by dx. Did you remember this formula? So a is equal to, how we will get this one? Did you remember? A is equal to dv by dt. So dv by dx into dx by dt. So dv by dt. Sorry, multiply and division. Did you remember this formula? How we got? So dv by dx by dt, and these two. Dx by dt we can write velocity. This is same dv by dx. So in motion straight line we discussed already. So v value they gave. V value how much? Lambda root x. Correct? Lambda root x only they gave. Lambda root x. Substitute here. V is equal to lambda root x. Then dv by dx equal to lambda into this one differentiation. X power 1 by 2 if you have taken lambda x power 1 by 2 if you have taken 1 by 2 into x power 1 by 2 minus 1 dx. What is the formula? X power n into x power n minus 1 dx. Did you remember? Differentiation. This is difficult method compared to this. That is only easy. Therefore, don't try to follow this one of lambda x minus 1 by 2 dx. This is dv by dx. Substitute this dv by dx in this equation. And dx will be cancelled. Isn't it? dv by dx value you can substitute in this equation. Then you will be getting a. In that a you have to substitute. Once you can see they give the solution there. Don't try to follow this method. This method is a little bit difficult. Solution also they gave. You can see once just how to do the differentiation idea. Next they gave conservative and non-conservative forces. Already we discussed these forces in PU discussion, isn't it? Work done by force in a closed path should be 0 and it is independent of the path followed by the object. Then those forces we are calling it as conservative forces. Examples also we gave. See once here examples they gave: gravitational force, spring force, Coulomb force. Coulomb force you will get in second PU. Okay, non-conservative forces: frictional force, air resistance, viscous force. Air resistance means already who are going on bicycle they may feel. If you are going on bicycle in one direction, if air is blowing in another direction, then you will feel some opposition offered by the air, isn't it? So that is called air resistance. As viscous force means you will be getting the properties of liquids lesson. So opposition offered by the fluid. Whenever object is moving in the fluid, whenever you are swimming, opposition offered by the fluid is called viscous force. Opposition offered by the air is called air resistance. So that is about conservative, non-conservative forces. Next they give potential energy. Already we discussed potential energy equation mgh, isn't it? Mgh means in the direction of applied force plus mgh. So work done by the gravitational force is minus mgh. Why? Because gravitational force will act downwards. We will apply force in the direction of displacement. Those two you have to take. That is also theory only. Already discussed in PU. Next page number 109. They give a uniform rod. You can see there. Figure 14, diagram 14. For a uniform rod, the whole mass is assumed at the center of the rod, then what is the potential energy? So whole mass is assumed at the center of the rod means this is uniform rod of length here, where its mass is energy. Total mass is going to be concentrated at half of its length. Therefore, its energy is mg L by 2, isn't it? So that is the equation they gave. Potential energy of the spring already we discussed. U is equal to half k x square. See the example 7. So we will do how we can do that. See that example 7 problem. Read the problem carefully. A uniform chain of length L and mass M is lying on a smooth table, and 1/3 of its length is hanging vertically down over the edge of the table. Find the work required to pull the hanging part over the table. Actually, they give only question in terms of mass and length. You will get equation. Find the work to pull the hanging part over the table. If you have seen the diagram, you can understand. This is the table means the chain is lying like this. So here total length is L, but hanging length is one-third part of the total length. That is nothing but L by 3. I am giving general equation. Later we will see if this value is going to be 3 or 2. So 1 by nth part is hanging. Let us say 1 by nth part means out of total length 1 by nth part is hanging. If L means here, N value is 3 for the given problem. Mass of chain is M. Total length is L. But we are doing work on only hanging part. On this we are not doing any work. Whenever we are pulling from here this one, we are raising this one onto the table. We are raising means where its total mass is going to be concentrated means at half of its length. Means we are applying force here. If you have taken one rod, scale, 1 meter scale. If you make this scale into vertical like this means where you applied force means not at the end. You applied force here. It is moving from here to. So therefore, at half of the length of the hanging part, you are acting the force. Now, what is this mass? Hanging part mass. You should come to know, because work done is nothing but force into displacement, isn't it? How much is the displacement means this one. This one we are raising up to here. Displacement is L by 2n. Okay. How much force we are applying? That is nothing but mgh. Mgh only. Work done W is equal to mgh. So mg. H value how much? L by 2n. So we want mass of this hanging part, not total mass. Total mass is capital. What is the mass of this hanging part? So apple problem we can know. Capital M, L is the mass. We want only which mass? Only hanging part mass. Which is the hanging part here? L by n. That mass is, we will assume M. Like apple problem. One apple 10 rupees. 10 apples, how much? Assume x. Cross multiply. X into 1, x. 10 into 10, 100. 1 apple 10 rupees means 10 apples is going to be 100. Like that. For m mass, L is the length. Or for L length, M is the mass. Then for L by n, what is the mass? Cross multiply. So L by n is equal to ml. And M is equal to m by n. Always you should do like that. You should not take directly m by n. Substitute here. In case of hanging part mass, how much we got? M by n into g into L by 2n. The final formula mgl by 2n square. Okay. So here 1 by nth part of the total length is hanging, but they ask 1/3 part is hanging. Means n value how much? 3 they give. Remaining values they did give. Only answer you will get in terms of equation. M G L by 2 into N value they gave 3 square. So mgl by 18. This is the answer. Sometimes they will ask same question from one position to another position. It is moving from n1, 1 by n1 part to 1 by n2 part. At the time, you should get same equation like this. mgl by 2, 1 by n1 square minus 1 by n2 square. Just we are raising one object from here to here. Then what is the energy work done you did? mgh. Like that here you are doing work or we are applying force at center. So if you have taken duster, if you have taken chalk piece, where we are applying force means at center we are applying. So like this concept we have to apply here. Okay. So remaining we will do in next session.